very good morning, good Saturday morning indeed, and with Vijay Rana and Deepak from our studios out here in Bangalore. So I think 7:10, and what do we have here? BJP will stop Congress. So a lot of news around the elections, and let's see. Let's start with tunnel rescue. New machine raises hopes. So a drill machine has been introduced. Earlier we saw pipes that were being used, and why and where? So it's a mishap that happened in Uttarakhand, and there were 40 laborers who were or workers that were trapped inside a tunnel. So a tunnel was being dug, a construction work was going on with the tunnel, and it collapsed. So 40 employees or 40 workers have been trapped. So owing to which the government has taken all these steps, different means and methods are being used, and CM is hopeful that they will be able to get them out. So they have dug to a depth of 7 to 8 meters using this new equipment or the drill, so to say. So the previous plan of putting a huge pipe, a cement pipe, through which the workers could have come out has failed probably, and now they are using the drills to cut through, and owing to which the hopes are all right. So they say the strategic plan involves sequentially inserting 800 mm. Okay, so previous plan did not fail. Now they are cutting through, and now they are going to push these pipes, and the diameter would be 800 mm and 900 mm pipes using powerful drill. Now, this step-by-step process aims to create an escape passage for the workers stranded beyond the collapsed section of the under construction tunnel. So that is how they are planning to take them out. After a smaller drilling machine proved ineffective, the IAF's C-130 Hercules planes transported US-made Agur machine. So that's the level of effort, and really that is something to be appreciated. The kind of effort that is being put here to save these lives, and I'm sure they will be saved. Now moving on, key terror commander killed in a major blow to terror infrastructure and terror sympathizers. Security forces have eliminated key launch commander Bashir Ahmad Malik in an anti-infiltration operation in Uri sector, the army said. So again, yet again, Pakistan is not stopping. They are still trying to infiltrate in India, the borders of India, and owing to which in Uri sector, 2 of them were killed. We read the news earlier, and one of them was the commander Bashir Ahmad Malik. What commander? Terrorist Bashir Ahmad Malik in an anti-infiltration operation in Uri sector. Malik and other terrorists were killed on Wednesday in a joint operation commanded OP Kali by the army, codenamed Operation Kali by the army and Jammu Kashmir police along the line of control. Officials said Malik, who was active for past 30 years, had enabled infiltration for a number of terrorists who caused the death of many Indian citizens, both security forces personnel as well as civilians. So he was the man behind death of many people, including civilians and the army personnel. So a kind of revenge has been taken, but should India stop at this? When we see these kind of infiltrations happening and these kind of so-called self-proclaimed commanders, I would not call them commanders, but terrorists, and they have survived. They have managed to survive for 30 years. Why India is not taking a stance like, it's not what Hamas did out there with Israel. They killed their people, they attacked in one go. So the count was, was noted by everybody. But imagine in a span of 30 years, how many people he might have killed. How many people he might have facilitated the terrorists to kill. So that count would be much more in number than how many people were killed in Israel. Why India is not taking the total count into account, and why they are not actually, taking them down once and all. The way we have Hamas, we have Lashkar-e-Taiba out here. work for the eradication of the same. But I understand we have the Pakistan on the other side, and there is, they always come up with a nuclear threat, owing to which this cannot be done probably. So that is what might be the, reason behind not taking on Pakistan up front. Now, BJP will stop Congress scheme, says Rahul Gandhi. Well, that's a big claim. And earlier, the similar claim was made by BRS, wherein BRS was saying, Congress, if comes to power, will stop all the schemes for farmers. And now BJP is being accused of that by the Congress itself. So let's see what Congress leader Rahul Gandhi on Thursday asserted, that if the BJP assumes power in Rajasthan, it would halt the ongoing welfare initiatives. So every party, they are more or less on same lines. But will BJP steal the limelight in Telangana? That's another big question. They are the underdogs out there, but they can surprise. They have the strength of 20,000 people coming together from the RSS to campaign. Moreover, we see Rahul Gandhi also from Congress, he is also very, very aggressive this time, what I can see from my own observations, from what I have been reading in various newspapers. The kind of campaigning that is going on from the Congress side is also to be commended. So a lot of challenges out there for BRS in Telangana, but right now it is about Rajasthan, wherein Rahul Gandhi says if you vote BJP to power in Rajasthan, then they will halt all the schemes that have been launched by Congress. So let's see further to this. Addressing consecutive rallies in Taranagar. The point to be noted is consecutive rallies are being held by him, and he has taken the charge. He emphasized the potential discontinuation of schemes such as the pension plan, health insurance, subsidized cylinders, and the annual assistance for women. I don't think so, any government. Now, if the plans are good, people will vote for Congress yet again. If the policy, if these practices, let's have a quick look. The pension plan. So basically, pension plan is for the retired personnel who are very, very, retired means they were working somewhere. So they are educated, first thing. Second thing, they are very much aware of the fact that they need to vote, and they exercise their voting right to a greater extent. So they are the potential vote banks, and if you provided pension to them, or a pension scheme for, in fact, it is the pension for the elderly, for the I think it is that pension he is referring to. So, but still, it's the common man, and majority of them, people who are not even educated, and you are providing them pension on monthly basis. If you have done that, you definitely earned their votes. You don't need to give them any other money, or a bottle of liquor or anything is not required for them, because you are giving them funds every month to sustain. So you have already won their hearts, and that's also a majority of population out there. Now, next step, next scheme that they have launched, health insurance. Now, if health insurance, a lot of people fall ill as well, and there is a health card that is provided. And if you have provided a free medical facility or insured medical facility, they get their money back, or free medication has been provided, definitely you have won their hearts as well. So that's a very good and welcome step. And why would any government, be it any government, not only BJP, why would they stop these? I don't see any sense in them stopping this. And subsidized cylinders and the annual assistance for women. Now, all these points, now women folks, if they get an annual assistance, again they will be voting for you, sir. So you have actually won the hearts if you have implemented these schemes successfully. And if it has not been done, then they are going to take it out in the forthcoming elections, during the voting time. We did not get the benefit, we are not going to vote for you. That's how these schemes will impact. Either they will make you win, or they will make you lose if you do not implement them. Now, Rahul Gandhi addressing a rally in support of party candidate Narendra warned that BJP-led government would favor billionaires over the interest of poor. Sir, they will have to, and you will also have to favor billionaires, because billionaires are the ones who are going to set up different industries in different states. There are so many SEZ zones that are being developed for benefits of these corporates. They are the ones who provide a lot of job opportunities. It is not possible for the government to provide government jobs to every individual. So we need the private sector as well, for the people who are educated, for the people who are unemployed, for the youth which is unemployed. So they need these corporates, and the kind of pay scale, although we do not have the pension scheme, but you can opt for one. While you can have some money deducted every month from your salary. There is something called as EPF, so you can opt for that also, and that will help you once you reach the retirement age in private sector as well. So we would need these private sectors or these billionaires also to set up different industries, and that will give a lot of employment opportunities to the middle class. So that is required. And favors, by favors, I do not understand. Why would anybody or any government give money to a billionaire? They already have billions. They are into the business. So what they do is they will participate in different tenders that are rolled out by the government. Let's say if India wants to manufacture an aircraft, and Tata wants to be the one to participate in it, and on the similar lines, now Tata is a billionaire. On the other hand, we have the Reliance Industries. They also want to participate in manufacturing of this aircraft, or they want to supply some parts of it. So definitely all the billionaires would bid out there. Adani would want to bid if there is an oil and gas or anything like that, any project that is coming up, they would want to bid for it. And you have to give you have to award that particular contract to the one who has bid the least. So there is no favor to be done out there, sir, but yes, we need the industrialists. We need them, and they will not be taking money from the government, but instead they will be facilitating a lot of jobs. Yes, they will make their profit, definitely. That is what every businessman does. But you will have to award these bids or these contracts to one of the billionaires, any one of them. That's how it works out. So he urged voters to decide between what he labeled as Adani's government, or government dedicated to the welfare of farmers, laborers and youth. Taking a swipe at Prime Minister Narendra Modi's election guarantees, Rahul Gandhi highlighted the contrast between Modi's allegiance to Adani, where he has, I don't see any allegiance out there, but okay, if he is citing it out, there should be an example also. He needs to give it, he needs to substantiate it with a proof. Let's see, Congress leader addressed three back-to-back rallies in Taranagar of Churu district, Nohar of Hanumangarh district, and Sadul Shahar in Sri Ganganagar district of Rajasthan, which goes to poll on November the 25th. And we have Sri P. Chidambaram slamming BRS for inflation. So it's all about elections today, I believe. Congress senior leader and former Union Finance Minister P. Chidambaram on Thursday slammed the BRS government. Probably he would take up the amount of loan that is there, that has been taken by the Telangana government. On one hand, they have been boosting of the Telangana state model. It's a newly formed state in 2014. They have been boasting about this model, and they wanted this model to be implemented across India. On the other hand, Congress has challenged this model, and they say the amount of loan that has been taken by the government is going to lead to inflation. And let's see what he has to say, what he has to add. He said, Telangana, he actually slammed the BRS government in Telangana over inflation and unemployment. Addressing a press conference here in Hyderabad, he stated that pervasive unemployment has crushed the aspirations of the youth and their parents in Telangana, dashing their dreams. Chidambaram highlighted the unfulfilled promise of rupees 3,016 unemployment allowance for 22 lakh unemployed individuals registered with the Telangana State Public Service Commission since 2018. So the number of unemployed youth who have registered for this scheme, and they should be paid 3,016 rupees a month. A similar scheme has been launched by Congress out here in Karnataka, and anybody who's a 22-23 batch pass out and is unemployed for more than 180 days, they will be getting this kind of amount, for their as unemployment bhatta is what they call it in Hindi. And the senior leader mentioned the grim state of affairs, citing alarming statistics. He pointed out, let's see, what did he point out? He pointed out that the BRS government's economic mismanagement has catapulted the outstanding debt of rupees 3.66 lakh crores in 22-23, witnessing a staggering 404% increase. Now these numbers, number game is being played out there since 2015, and consequently the per capita debt soared to rupees 96,316 by March 2023. Now these are the counter arguments, because BRS came up with the fact that the per capita income in Telangana state is the highest across India. So they were boasting about this fact. But if now there are some counter facts also that are being cited by none other than the finance minister, ex-finance minister P. Chidambaram himself. So the Congress is actually taking out all the all the big shots, and they are now countering all the points of BRS one by one. And further to this, he says only 7.6% was earmarked for education, well below the national average of 14.8%. So almost 50% less. So a lot of funds need to be spent on education. That is very, very important. We need to educate our generations, forthcoming generations, for which a lot of funds are to be allocated, owing to which only 7.6% was allocated by the Telangana government, while the healthcare received a meager 5%, falling short of national average of 6.3. I'm really surprised for health, in the healthcare sector, it's only 6.3% nationwide. That's the only amount. We need the defense sector to be financed. We need the healthcare sector to be empowered as well, and the education. So these are the three prime factors. First thing is our security, because we have states like Pakistan, which is actually a terrorist, they harbor terrorists. It's a terrorist state. Osama bin Laden was found in Abbottabad in Pakistan. He was the number one wanted criminal, the terrorist, number one terrorist in the world. Where was he residing? Abbottabad, Pakistan. And we are the neighbors to them. So it becomes, and on the other hand, we have China, who is always, there is always a bone of contention. They want to occupy some land, or they want to, they can also, there have been incidents. We witnessed Galwan, and many other incidents have happened. So we are not secure. Our borders are not secured from both the sides. So we should be careful, and we need to strengthen our army, navy and air force. All the three forces, the defense forces, should be strengthened. On the other hand, for the civilian population, the population that we want to secure should also be healthy. There are a lot of deaths that happen owing to the medical facilities that could not be provided on time. The healthcare system needs to be developed, and also the education. If India wants to be the number one economy across the globe by 2047, then we need the education. We need people to be educated. They should be studying. Whether you are into agriculture, whether you are a labor, everybody should be well read. They should be aware of their rights. They should be able to avail different schemes being launched by any government, be it Congress, be it BJP, or be it any government, any party that is forming the government. But people should be aware of their rights. The schemes that are being launched, they should be able to avail those schemes and utilize them. It should not be the case that, let's say, if a fund of rupees 10 lakh has been given to a farmer, he does not know what to do with it. That should not be the scenario. The scenario should be, he should have a plan. How will he plan anything if he is not educated, if he does not know what marketing is, what sales is, how to sell his products in the right forum, in the right market, how to make it reach the right, where he can get the maximum profit. So he should be at that level, and it will take years and years of education. So that is why education is one of the most important sectors that we need to focus on. Moving on. So right now the farmers, they are moving with common sense, and they just see things happening around them, or there are different mandis or different markets where they just go and sell. Milk, for example, if you take, or the paddy that they grow, what is the cost or what is the price that the farmer gets, and what is the price at which we are sold the same grain? There is a huge difference between two. This difference needs to be cut down. They should be paid much more than what they are being paid right now. So that is why they are not aware of it. They are not well educated. But if we educate them, only then they will be able to make more money, and India will grow really, really fast. Also, moving on, responding to the questions about Congress's ability to implement the promised 6 guarantees if it comes to power in Telangana, Chidambaram expressed confidence. He stated that the implementation would be spread over a 5-year period and emphasized the need for meticulous planning. While acknowledging that he hadn't dwelled into the specific numbers, he assured that Congress leaders in Telangana had likely done their due diligence. So he did not have the numbers. He said, these 6 guarantees will be implemented over a span of 5 years, and he does not have the number or the exact breakup as to when or how it will be done, or what are the phases. It has to be done in a phased manner. So he does not have the layout plan as to at what phase how many people will be picked up for to be provided these guarantees. So it is he has actually passed on the buck to the other Congress leaders out there in Telangana. And what are these celebrations? Artists perform during the presentation of new standards of bodyguard and renewed regimental standard on the President's Bodyguard (PBG) at a ceremony at Rashtrapati Bhavan in New Delhi on Thursday. So these are the bodyguards probably of the presidents, and colorful beginning. I'm assuming, I did not get to read much on this, but they have a good body, so good, and they are performing some stunts out there. I'm not sure how it is going to help the president if they are playing with fire, or is it just a significance that we play with fire day and day? There's a lot of ways to interpret this picture out there, but I will leave it at the judgment of our esteemed audiences. We do have some news, international news as well, and what a victory it was for Australia. Not what a victory, but yes, it was an easy win for Australia, and they will be facing the undefeated champions, the King of Hearts, the Indian cricket team, and they had won all the hearts. Now for Indians, for me in particular, India has already done their part. They have won the World Cup already. We have seen the kind of bowling attack that they portrayed, the kind of the bonding that the entire team displayed was just fantastic. It was mind-blowing, and the team has come together, and if they win the World Cup, that is, that's not going to be a surprise anymore. They are destined to win it. That's what I feel as on today. We'll have to wait for Sunday, 2 days from now, and then I would be more than happy to read that news out to you, that India has won the World Cup, defeating Australians, one of the strongest sides also. Australia's Travis Head plays a shot during their World Cup semi-final match against South Africa at Eden Gardens in Kolkata on Thursday. With a win over South Africa, Australia entered the finals and it's all set to face India in Ahmedabad on Sunday. So moving on, let's see the comment section as to what do we have here from Draupadi Murmu, the President of India. Today, our countrymen want to move forward rapidly towards building a developed India by year 2047. All important institutions, and in fact, this is what I was saying like 5 minutes ago. And are the institutions the same? All important institutions and communities of the country have to contribute to achieve this goal. The auditors should be considered as facilitators of the good governance, not critics. So now she is not referring to what I said, but it is on similar lines. If India wants to reach there, we need to empower the farmers. We need to empower our defense forces. We need to empower our forthcoming generations with education. The women needs to be empowered, but she is right now talking about the different, the auditors, basically the enforcement directorate, the kind of raids that are being conducted. She is actually, referring to that. So they are the critics. They are not the critics. They are actually the facilitators of good governance. So anywhere, in order to stop or curtail corruption, which will be a major factor in pulling down India from becoming a developed nation by 2047. So that has to be curbed. That is what she is citing. And what do we have here from the Chief Minister of Bihar, Mr. Nitish Kumar? He says some special privileges, Bihar needs to be given some special privileges. If center does not grant special status to Bihar at the earliest, we will launch a statewide movement. So he's all set to launch a statewide movement. The demand for a special status will be heard in every nook and corner of the state during the movement. So it's a threat. Is it a threat, or what are you trying to do, sir? Or is it just a warning, or are you actually threatening the center that we will be protesting against this and every nook and corner? What if the protest goes violent, sir? What if somebody, if it goes violent, will you be taking the responsibility of the same? It's a big thing, calling for a protest and ensuring that there is no violence that happens, because that is going to cause a lot of unrest. A lot of people might lose lives as well. So are you ready to take that gamble? So protest has to be done in a very, very simplified manner, wherein nobody, your voice is heard as well as nobody loses their lives. There are no casualties that happen. So be ready, sir. And Jairam Ramesh from Congress, the General Secretary, says the BJP Jhoot Party, and the Prime Minister is its key. BJP is a Jhoot Party. So he has redefined the BJP as Bharatiya Jhoot Party, and Prime Minister is its key face. In Congress, the organization is supreme and is the only face of the party. We will get a full mandate and Congress will form the government in Rajasthan. So that is what he says, and I'm sure BJP will have a counter. When I can have a counter to this, I'm sure we'll wait for BJP to counter this statement from Jairam Ramesh. And today I forgot to actually interact with our audiences, our beautiful audiences out there. So let me wish a very good morning yet again to all of them and say hello. All right, so who do we have here? Sri Devi is the name that I can read. We have Vishal, first of all, joining us. Pedda Raju Vishal, good morning, Ranaji, and Lakshman, along with Naveen Kota, with the thought of the day. So that's kind of become a daily routine for me to have a thought for the day. रोने से किसी को पाया नहीं जाता, रोने से किसी को पाया नहीं जाता, खोने से किसी को भुलाया नहीं जाता, वक्त सबको मिलता है जिंदगी बदलने के लिए, पर जिंदगी नहीं. That's an intense one. All right, that's an intense one coming in there in the form of a sher, and very intense one at that. And Lucky Minds Kids is out there wishing us a good morning. And Sri Devi Goli is also there. Richard married after a long time. Good morning, Vijay Rana Garu and family members. Have a blessed day. Naveen Kota is there. Billionaires create jobs, Baba. And that's what I actually said. I came to your comment very late, probably. So Satyam says, good morning, Anna. Very good morning to you as well, Thamadu. And Naveen Kota says, Rahul should be come out of Gaga land Rahul should come out of Gaga land to real world. He's actually anti-Congress, I can tell you that for sure. Naveen does not like Congress much. I'm sure about that. So Chidambaram ji, 2014, when UPA left India, was the top 5 fragile economies. Was amongst the top 5 fragile economies. That's what he wanted to cite. And he also says, Nitish Babu, after your 15 years rule, asking special status. So he is questioning everything. Jai Ramji, write good speeches for Baba first. He is taking on, in the comment section, is there any supporter for Congress who can actually counter Naveen Kota out there with some facts? There is actually a battle kind of a thing going on, and he is citing everything against Congress. Any pro-BRS or BJP candidate or Congress candidate can actually take on Naveen Kota. I will not be doing it. I do have some points, but I will not be doing it. For example, I'm just taking one example, after a governance of 15 years, first thing, it took him 15 years to do count, a caste-based census, basis which he's actually asking for a special status for the state. That is what he is trying to do. So now he has numbers, he has that census, now he wants a special status which will give a lot of privileges to the state and a lot of opportunities also for the politicians. That is what he's after. So the base is actually the census, caste-based census that was done. And where we are, Tamil Nadu governor returns 10 bills. The Supreme Court had asked the governors of Punjab and Tamil Nadu to act upon the bills that were presented to them, and they were sitting on it. They did not give any any verdict on it, or they did not pass it on. So owing to which the state governments had approached Supreme Court, post which the tussle between the Tamil Nadu governor and government seems to be brewing. Days after Supreme Court expressed serious concern over governors' inaction on bills, Tamil Nadu governor R.N. Ravi on Thursday returned 10 pending bills to the assembly. And he returned it. He did not pass those bills. 2 of the 10 bills returned by Governor Ravi were passed by the previous AIDMK government. Meanwhile, Tamil Nadu Speaker M. Apuva called for a special session on Saturday, in which it is expected that the ruling DMK will readopt the returned bills and send them again for approval from the governor. Speaking on the governor's action, DMK spokesperson Sarvanan alleged that the governor is trying to fool the people of Tamil Nadu. There will be some points, he has returned some bills. There will be some justification for returning the bills. There will be some points that needs to be addressed. Governor will not return the bill without any reasons. So you need to correct, you need to make some corrections and then resend the bill to the parliament for the approval, And moving on, what do we have? BJP will stop the schemes. We went through that. UNSC calls for humanitarian pauses. So United Nations Security Council, owing to the month-old battle between the terrorists of Hamas and the government of Israel. The battle has been going on. They are flattening Gaza. Gaza is being flattened every day. Thousands and thousands of tons of arsenal has been used, and Gaza is being flattened. A lot of civilians are also losing lives. And the hospital was also Al-Shafa hospital, one of the major hospitals out there in Gaza. was also under siege until yesterday. There were tanks also deployed. They entered the compound as well, because the terrorists were, it was a hideout or a shelter for the terrorists also, despite the fact that it was treating the injured, the patients, the children. But there were terrorists also utilizing this as a garb or as a protection for themselves. They were using these patients as human shields. So that's the level they have stooped to. If you did not have the courage to face the army or the worth of the Israeli forces, why did you start this, first of all, this act of war, first of all, against them, if you were not prepared to take them on head on? Now you are trying to hide behind civilians, and once there is a collateral damage that happens, you want every nation to come and stand with you. That is not going to happen. You are going to lose the trust of people for whom you claim to be fighting. You are not fighting for them. You are fighting against them. You are just using them. And also, I was going through news. US has also entered this scenario in a big way, and they are going to take on countries like Iran. The bases of terrorist organizations, they are going to bombard those bases as well. That's how far it has gone. And as we can see, the United Nations Security Council has urgently called for humanitarian pauses. That is being done. There is a pause for 4 hours. They are not going to bombard Gaza for 4 hours. People can actually, move from one place to a secure place. And breaking the deadlock and passing a resolution amid the month-long Israel-Hamas conflict on Wednesday, the 15-nation council approved the Malta drafted resolution with 12 votes in favor and none against, and 3 abstained from it, and those 3 to abstain were Russia, United Kingdom and the United States. The resolution demanded immediate and unconditional release of all the hostages. Is that going to happen? Will Hamas release all the hostages? If that happens, they will still get a chance. And if they do not do that, Israel is going to take them to task. And then what face will UNSC have if Hamas opposes this and they do not release the hostages? And at the first place, who gave them the right to have the hostages, and who are the hostages? Children. What about Priyanka Gandhi, who was saying on the eve of 14th November Children's Day? What did she say? We are ashamed that, there are a lot of children being killed out there in Gaza. What about the children who have been taken as captives? Did she mention those children? The children of Israel, the young ones who were, there was also a newborn baby, and the lady conceived, the delivery happened when she was in captivity. So what about that newborn baby? Did you mention ever that Israelis are also under attack? Their children are being burnt alive. Their children, their throats are being slit of the minors. Did you mention that? You should have mentioned both, ma'am. Only then it makes sense. If it is a Children's Day, it's for both Israeli children and Palestinian children. All right. So that's how we put it across. But then all right. So unconditional release of all hostages, particularly children held by Hamas and other groups. It emphasized the need for immediate humanitarian access. The resolution also called for urgent and extended humanitarian pauses and corridors throughout the Gaza Strip to ensure unimpeded access for UN humanitarian agencies and partners. This access is intended to comply with international humanitarian law and facilitate the continuous and safe provision for essential goods and services throughout Gaza. The Council's actions follows our 4 unsuccessful attempts last month to address humanitarian access. Now, if you give the humanitarian access, what is going to happen? They are going to reach out to the terrorists as well. That is what precisely Israel does not want. They want to cut down Hamas completely with any, they should not have the drinking water, they should not have electricity. Only then they will realize what they were being provided by Israel and what has been taken away by them. That is what the intent of Israel is. They do not want to rule Gaza anymore. They are saying, we do not want Gaza, but we do not want a state just besides us who is going to perpetrate terror time and again. So that is what their intent is, and they are not going to go down. I think this fifth attempt will also be unsuccessful unless and until they have reached the the milestone that they have actually kept in mind. If they have not achieved their target, they are not going to stop. So that is what they are going to do. And the second front, even if the war starts at the second front and Lebanon on the other hand supports the Hezbollah terrorist group, Israeli army is all prepared. They are all prepared to actually take on this two-front war as well. They are going to bomb Hezbollah as well if they dare to open a second front. And I'm sure if that happens, then the entire the huge forces like India, USA, United Kingdom, they are all going to come together. What kind of devastation Lebanon is going to face, and even the Muslim world is also divided on this. On one hand we have countries like Turkey who is supporting Turkey, Qatar and Iran. They are the ones who are supporting Hezbollah, the groups like Hezbollah and Hamas. On the other hand, we have Saudi Arabia, which and UAE. They do not want to participate in this. They have their viewpoint. They are really sad, but then they are against terrorism. So a good stand being taken out there by a few of the Muslim nations as well. So sense does prevail, and they are on the right side of justice. So justice should prevail. And moving on, we also have news from External Affairs Minister, and I love this gentleman. He is the man for the job, and he raises Khalistan issue with UK leaders. Now, last month we saw, one of the I would say they named themselves something, but one of the miscreants, I would say, from Khalistan, they say we belong to the Khalistan group. How many people are there in a group? They are a secluded set of people with a distorted mindset. Now they started chasing the convoy of a diplomat who was supposed to attend a meeting at Gurdwara, and he was called out there by the Prabandhak committee, Gurdwara Prabandhak committee. They wanted to talk to the diplomat, and they wanted to greet him as well. A lot of that's what Indians do. They called a fellow Indian, the Indian diplomat, and this is how they disturb the peace and harmony out there. And now they are doing it in UK. Try doing this in India. You will get to know, you'll get a taste of your own medicine out here. The Punjabis here in India will teach you a lesson if you dare to do this out here. And owing to which, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar hasn't shied away from addressing India's enduring apprehensions about pro-Khalistan extremism during his discussions with the UK's top officials, emphasizing the importance of remaining vigilant against the potential misuse of freedom of expression and speech. Jaishankar conveyed India's concerns, particularly regarding the safety of its diplomats in the United Kingdom. In a meeting with UK Home Secretary James Cavalieri and National Security Advisor Tim Barrow, the issue of pro-Khalistan extremism took center stage. Jaishankar said, "We have long-standing concerns about the extremist and at times even violent activities of various forces, including those advocating Khalistan. We will, as a fellow democracy, appreciate the significance of freedom of expression. We have urged the government here to be cautious against the misuse of these freedoms, highlighting the gravity of the situations, especially in the aftermath of the violent protests in India at India House in March. Jaishankar emphasized India's expectation for its diplomatic mission to receive the necessary protection to carry out their activities without hindrance. Additionally, he stressed the importance of a resolute stance against the promotion of violence and extremism. In his meeting with Home Secretary Cleverly, Jaishankar and Cleverly underscored the imperative for close collaboration in combating violent extremism and radicalism. They agreed to deepen and broaden the dialogue on these shared concerns, signaling a commitment to addressing these challenges collectively. Now, on one hand, we have Mr. Jaishankar addressing the Khalistan issue. On the other hand, we have the Prime Minister of UK. He sacked one of his team members who was also from an Indian origin. Why was she sacked? She was sacked because she said, she said that these protesters were protesting in favor of Hamas. She questioned them. She was on the right side. It was very right for her to question these protesters. She was against these protests for a terrorist organization. And what sense does it make? You are protesting in United Kingdom, you want to favor Hamas. And she was opposing that, and she was removed from the cabinet. So that's really sad. On one hand, if UK is taking that stance when it comes to Israel and the Hamas issue, how will, do you really think they will be able to support India? Because it's not the Khalistan, it is the Pakistan that is behind this. It is the Pakistani, it is the Pakistan which orchestrates, which funds these Khalistanis. They are the ones who radicalize these, few Indians out there. And they give them that money, they give them that support, they give them the training also. That is how they want to now bleed India to 1,000 cuts. And Pakistan should be taken to task, and I really appreciate, the policies of India in this regard. Now, they are right now with the begging bowl already, and very soon, even this begging bowl is going to break. They are collapsing economically, and they should be collapsing. They should be, because they are not mending their ways. Nobody is highlighting the atrocities that they are committing on those 17 lakh Afghanis. What they are doing with the Afghan nationals out there. Why there is nobody, why there is no newspaper covering that? What happened to the Indian media? Why it is not being covered extensively globally? Why don't I see any mention of these atrocities? Why is it that only Hamas versus Israel takes the limelight? Why is it not why it is not Pakistan versus Afghanistan? What are they doing with those? Are those lives less important? What happened to the Muslim world during their meetings? Why are they not questioning Pakistan? OIC had a meeting wherein they wanted to discuss Hamas and Israel conflict. Why they did not discuss the conflict between Pakistan and Afghanistan? What Pakistan has been doing to Afghanistan? Why is it not being questioned? There is a fault line. They are wrong on doing whatever they are doing out there. And it is going to have its repercussions. The Pathans will not go down that easy. They might be moving out of Pakistan, but do you think they will not be retaliating? They will definitely retaliate. And then we would like to see what will be the state of Pakistan. Will they be able to fund these kind of terrorists out there in UK or Canada? Or will they be fighting their own battle? What if the Pashtuns, they take up arms against Pakistan? There are already a lot of voices that are, a lot of atrocities were done when Operation Jazbe-Arb was conducted. So, I'm sorry, I just got carried away with that news. It's really disturbing. Jazbe-Arb was the name of the operation, sorry. Not Arbe, Jazbe. All right, let's see. We have a Funny Shankar coming in with Funny Shankar Reddy says Telangana Assembly Elections 2023, hashtag KCR Modi, and Venkata Vishwa is also here. So welcome Venkat along with Funny and Battle for Telangana, wherein Funny says good day. Satyavardhan Reddy is also here wishing us all a very good morning. Along with that, we have lack of movement of money trucks, Tamil Nadu government getting agitated, Bihar governor now giving reply in Tamil language, adding more fuel to fire, and governor from Bihar. Why can't I read this further? Okay, how do I go down? Let me just refresh it and I will get to know. Alright, so here I have the comments. A good initiative for English newspaper. Thank you so much, Mahesh. Appreciate that acknowledgement. And Naveen Kota, Paisa hi Paramatma hai. Media get money from Islamic organization. You cannot blame them. Bills to be paid. Well, media, why would they need money from Islamic organizations? Why would they need money? They get, let's see how money is made. We have Deccan Chronicle out there. This is how money is made. India has enough money. Government has taken half a page. Let's go to the Hindu. Let's see. This is how they make money. This is how they make money. I have to scroll these many pages. This is how they make money, sir. 48 pages, one page dedicated to ads. And this is how people pay them. This is the infrastructure that is going to be built, that is being advertised, a full page advertisement in one of the most prominent newspapers. This is how they make money. Why do they need money from Muslim nations? I don't think so. I don't think so. And paper 3, page 3, the wait is over. What is it about? Again, infrastructure development. Page 5, we have Nayanam Chindanti Shastrani. I think somebody passed away and they have given an obituary. That is what? Honorable Saharsarji. Okay. Sahara India Parivar. All right. It's about him. So Subrato, I think he's the guy. Sahara India Parivar has given the full page advertisement. And special publication from the Hindu group about a different, and look at the cost. If you want to read about the Cholas, the temples and their heritage, it is going to cost you 4,999 rupees. Tirumala, Tirupati Devsthanam that we know, it is going to cost you almost 1,500 rupees. Reprinted edition with QR codes about the Himalayas will cost you 3,000 rupees. Again, 499 rupees to read about the pioneers and the Tamil Nadu in focus. It is going to cost you around 600 rupees and 500 rupees to read about Bharat, the writings in the Hindu, Subramanya Bharat. All right. So another advertisement and page 6. This is how they make money. This is how they make money. Why would they need money? And this is how they make money. We have Cholas. We have again the same ad. Where is the news? Where is the news? After 6 or 7 pages out of the 48 pages that have been printed, 6 to 7 pages have been dedicated to the advertisement section. And here also on top, if you see, the header is also an advertisement. This is an advertisement. And wherever there is paid news, we can actually cite it. This is an advertisement out there. The whole page, in fact, half of the page. This is where, all these ads, these spaces are sold. Try giving an ad. You will be charged per word, on per word basis. There will be a space charge as well. If you want this much space, you will have to pay X amount of money. This is another page. Today, you just talked about from where do they get money. This is where they earn their revenue from. And I'm not against it. Why do you want money from any Arab nation
to not to, they have every right. They get ample amount of money, and its circulation is one of the largest and one of the highest in India, the Hindu newspaper. And let's see furthermore, another ad out there, another section, another page dedicated to advertisement, another ad out there, a man bathing, about the accessories, and bring another page dedicated to advertisement. Is it a political party? Telangana yesterday, our world before power crisis hits farmers, crops, plants. Is it a political party? It is BRS. They have bought this page. We have page 3 we have half page dedicated to a movie. We have 2 lakhs worth prizes. What is it? So this is how they are making money, sir. This is what, and we are absolutely fine to buy this newspaper and go through all the advertisements as well. It does have an impact on the brains of a voter. It does. People do read advertisements as well. People do shop. People do, after seeing this image that we saw, first of all, how beautiful it is, what a sight it is for the eyes. You will definitely, your brain will interpret it in a different manner altogether once you see this kind of construction. Anybody, who would not want to reside in one of those flats? I would definitely want to have a flat there with the amenities like multi-speciality hospital, just a short walk away. Short drive to IT firms like Microsoft, Infosys, Amazon. Multi-speciality hospital, just a short walk away. Adjacent upcoming Aparna Mall and Multiplex. 100 feet wide Nalagandla main road, away from major traffic zones. Thriving location with top brands, eateries, supermarkets and more, close to Lingampalli railway station. What are the amenities that I would like to look for? All of these, and I'm getting all of these. Definitely, if I have to buy a flat, I will be considering this after looking at this advertisement. So, let's see Times of India. First page, you have advertisement out there. So, consumer loans to get costlier as RBI steps in to curb the surge. And also, it's our duty. If you are in media, it's your duty to bring out, whatever is happening across the globe that you have come across to the best of your potential. And it should be unbiased. What do you think? Can I not be pro BJP? Can I not be pro Congress? Can I not be pro BRS? I can be. Anybody can be. And I have my own views also as a human being. I might favor a politician. I like Chandrababu Naidu a lot because of what he did for Telangana. I have never met him, but I've never seen him also. I never attended any rally also. But then I can see the kind of work that he did for, for Andhra Pradesh then. It's amazing. It was really good. So he tends to be my favorite. Prime Minister Narendra Modi happens to be my favorite. Rahul Gandhi is another personality that I really like. So I really admire these, but I cannot be biased towards them. If they are at fault, I need to highlight that fault also that might help them improve themselves. Or not only me, I'm a nobody in the media world. I'm a nobody. How many people are watching us right now? Let's see who I am. I'm a person who's being watched by 18 people only during a live telecast. I put in a lot of efforts, a lot of energy to stand here in front of you. I face these 2000 watts lights every day to deliver. I sweat. And for this sweat, for this effort, I get, now that 18 has reduced to 14. So, let's see. Shruti Pandit, very happy. Good morning. Shruti, how are you, Shruti? So, she is a friend of mine, and welcome to the stream, Shruti. Welcome to the news telecast today. Sad story of Sahara Subrato Roy. No high-profile people came to his last rites. That's indeed sad. And we have Samajdar ko ishara kafi hai. Yes, I get the point, but I also had a point to make. So people, at that note, I would like to request all of you to please subscribe and join our telecast, And if you have not subscribed already, please share the channel with your friends as well. And on that note, I would like to call it a day. Vijay Rana signing off along with Deepak from our studios out here in Bangalore. So Jai Hind.